nervous is because the only time I've ever held a microphone in my hand is when I'm like in front of people.
That
so
makes
even
sense.
though there's no one here watching,
Same.
It's my body is like, that's what's happening right now.
Right. I guess actually I have held a microphone. Well, maybe not held, but I've used a microphone just because of like recording music and stuff. So I have recorded myself before.
Right.
And I got nervous that time too.
Well, yeah, because that's like a performance. Like you're expecting somebody to listen to it.
Right.
And
exactly.
if I'm honest, I'm not really expecting that many people to listen to this.
I hope someone listens to it. I hope they listen and I hope they laugh alongside with us. But
yeah.
Anyway, hello. Welcome back, or not really welcome back. Welcome
for the first time ever.
For the first time to the Pursuit of Yappiness podcast.
Mm-hmm.
The name for this came to me at
In
like
a dream.
1 a.m. I was just like, you know what? What if I made a podcast and called it The Pursuit of Yappiness? Haha. Good night. And
then you stayed up until 2 a.m. making a graphic for it on
your
logo,
phone. Yes. But that's just, that's
and you texted it to me the next morning, I think.
Yes. And I was like, we're doing this.
Yeah.
Too bad if you don't want to.
Well, no, originally you said I'm doing it. And I was like,
true.
Cool, I'm in. And you were like, by that, do you mean you'll be a guest or?
Yes. So anyway, all that to say.
What's your name?
Yeah. I'm Daytona. I am one of your hosts, and I am joined by my lovely co-host here.
I'm McKayla.
Yes.
Hello.
Perfect. Introduction done. Just kidding. So again, welcome to the Pursuit of Yappiness podcast, the podcast where we yap
and you listen.
That's gonna stick. It's gonna stick. We're going for it. So basically, we're just two regular people and
regular old gals.
Yeah, and we yap all the time, so it's like we might as well make something out of it and record the conversation.
Yeah, we literally were sitting here before we pressed play chatting, and I was like, we should be recording. We should
just press record. So, if you just want to hang out with us, then please, by all means, keep listening. Grab a beverage, grab a little snacky.
Love a beverage and a snacky.
Grab a drink, whatever you're feeling.
Whenever someone says drank, I think of that song where the guy's like, wake up, drank. I can't remember the rest of it. It's just that in my head.
Oh, perfect. I love it. Oh, man. But so I think that let's get into it. So just kind of like, the goals of this podcast. Currently in our society, in our world, in our country, whatever, we're
in the United States for clarity.
Yeah, we're in the United States. Wah. I think that there's just a lot happening right now, and a lot of people are feeling the weight of the horrors and atrocities of current events. I know I certainly am, and I think community is important now more than ever. And so if we can create a little community carved out in a corner of the internet, then cool. I think that would be pretty special. And I think we have created our own community in our little corner of the universe. And I think to share that with people, and, we all need a little laugh.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's the primary goal.
Yeah.
For anyone trying to decide if they want to stick around is to have a yap, have a laugh. We may touch on current events, but we're not out here to make anybody feel depressed because we all have enough of that already.
Correct. Yes. Like, obviously, stay informed, be a good citizen, and, resist and all of that good stuff. But I'm not necessary. Obviously, like, we take firm stances on different things, but also like I'm not a news source. Like I get my news from reputable sources, and you know, there are great people, great creators that you should absolutely follow and listen to. I am not one of them.
For your news.
For your news.
Yeah.
I'm just here to have a good time at this moment. And so, yeah, if that sounds like something you're into, yeah, we're for you. And you're welcome here. So, yeah. So those are just kind of the goals. And as far as who we are, McKayla, would you like to introduce yourself? Go first.
I feel like you should go first because you actually have stuff written down.
Okay.
And then I can go off of that.
Sure.
I did not come prepared to class.
That's fine. So, yeah, about me. I'm Daytona, and I'm very much a creative kind of person. I am a musician. I love to bake, and I decorate cakes. I had a cake business for a hot minute. Really anything creative. I'm not the most outdoorsy, mostly because I hate mosquitoes and spiders, and I acknowledge that, you know, when I'm outside, I'm in their home, and I don't want them in my home, so I'm perfectly chill not being in there. So I do think nature is beautiful, but just being outside sometimes. And I also hate sweating.
I hate sweating and get sunburn at the drop of a hat.
Yes.
We're on the same page about that.
Absolutely. So it's not great. But I do think nature is beautiful, and I am envious of people who like go on hikes and camp and all that stuff. I will go on a hike with you, as long as it is the perfect temperature outside, and
plenty of shade.
Are no bugs.
Not too many bugs.
Yeah. The conditions have to be perfect.
I'm with you.
But I am not going to be leader of the Girl Scouts, which, by the way, also, I have 2 daughters, an infant and an almost 2-year-old, and hopefully they don't want to be Girl Scouts someday. Because I am not the right person for that. But whatever
it's just Scouts now, so maybe you could send Jake.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. We love that. Yes. Yeah. I think that, you know, if they want to be like basketball players, I'm all for that. I know nothing. I know what Jake has told me about basketball because he's really into basketball. But that's about it. Jake is my husband, by the way. Yeah, I will say I will be either just referring to my kids as my daughter or using an alias just to protect them and their privacy.
Or perhaps bleeping their names out if we forget.
Yeah. So if you hear a bleep, it's probably just a name that we weren't supposed to say. Or a swear word. I use lots of those.
Do you?
Kinda.
I feel like you don't really. Not that often. Well, compared to how many you used as a child, it probably feels like a lot.
It increased by about 8,000 compared to me as a child. But that's on growing up evangelical. Yes, precisely. So anyway, yeah, that probably sums it up. I have bipolar disorder. That is a thing, and I'm very open and honest about that. I take medicine. I feel good. I go to therapy. I do all the things. In the words of Taylor Tomlinson, I wear my arm floaties, so I don't drown. That about sums it up. Yeah. Over to you.
Cool. What was the first thing you said?
That I'm a musician.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking to myself, I'm also creative, but I'm not a musician.
That's fine.
You're
a music listener.
I'm a music listener, and by that I mean I pick a random playlist on Spotify and put it on shuffle.
Hey, there you go. Whatever works.
I like to make stuff. I like to do crafts, arts and crafts.
Love a good crafternoon.
We'll probably talk lots about that later.
Yes.
Yeah, crafternoon is like the best. I do not have any children, child free and living it up. I have 2 cats.
Ooh.
And
the boys.
Yeah, the boys. I also have a husband. He does not want me to use his name, so we might also be bleeping that out. And yes, grew up evangelical, definitely an indoor cat. Daytona and I have a lot in common, which is why we get along so well, I think. Yeah, I mean, we're millennial, like younger end millennial / almost kind of Gen Z.
Yeah.
And we both have younger siblings.
Yes.
Who keep us young.
Yes, who are very much Gen Z.
Relevance.
And I also have a Gen Alpha in there. Maybe 2. I can't keep track.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of siblings. We both come from relatively big families. So, you know, yeah, repopulate the earth with Christians and all that. Maybe I think my
parents were less that than your parents.
It's all right.
Yeah, we both grew up evangelical. We still believe in Jesus, but we've kind of left some of the other things behind.
The other things, yes. The great void of the other things.
The conservative Republican things.
Correct. Yeah. Yes. A lot of that. We believe in loving your neighbor, not storming the Capitol.
Yes, exactly.
I love that phrase.
And our parents probably would say they believe similar things as each other, but your parents were definitely more like fundamentalist.
Yeah, it's hard because I think they've changed a lot,
right? Yeah,
kind of over the years, but I think a lot of it had to do with just the circles that we found ourselves in.
Doesn't it always?
Yeah, you know, and the churches that we attended and stuff. It seems that the place that they go to now, it seems like a nice group of chill people. I guarantee that I would, you know, get into disagreements with people and them, you know, and they know that we're all on the same page here in the sense that we have come to agree to disagree, and that's okay. I think, you know, if you are a person who kind of feels like maybe the black sheep of your family, just a little, I get it. Mm-hmm. And it's a hard place to be, but I think there's something to be said about creating a new family and, you know, not to say that you don't still have your old family, because you do, but, you know, or maybe you don't, and that's a hard place to be too, but I think we're all just doing our best, and, you know, you do your thing.
Maybe that's what I'll put on the flower frame. I'll just put doing my best.
Doing my best. Yes. Yeah, do you want to talk about the thing you acquired the other day?
Yeah, so I went to the Goodwill and I got this. Is it the Goodwill, or does that make me sound like a grandma?
I went to the Goodwill the other day.
I got this picture, like canvas frame, whatever, that has flowers all around the edge, and they were really pretty. And it was only like $2, so I was like, sure. But in the middle, like, of the frame of flowers is some kind of white lady phrase. It says, "Be honest, be kind."
Perfect. I mean,
which is like a good sentiment, but I like don't want it on my wall.
No, that's completely valid.
It's not as bad as I remembered it being. I thought it was gonna be like
live, laugh, love.
Yeah, gather in thankfulness or something. But anyway, I'm probably going to paint over that part, just keep the flower frame, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to put in it. If I want to do like a photo, or if I want to like put a quote or some kind of verse that has to do with flowers. I don't know.
There you go.
Something.
Yeah, I think, you know, you got options. Yeah.
If you have ideas.
Yeah.
Feel free.
Yeah, if you have ideas, hit us up.
You
know, we're on Instagram at yappinnesspod, and you can also email us. Our email address is yappinnesspod@gmail.com. So ring our line.
If we ever like discuss like I don't know, like a photo or a clip of a video or something, we might put it on the Instagram.
There
just
you
for
go.
Reference.
Yeah, for sure. just to be like, this is what we're talking about, FYI.
Yeah. We can put it on Instagram as like here's this photo, hear us discuss it at the pod.
Oh, that's
like,
true.
Like a promotional type thing.
Yes.
Like just flip it around.
Yes, or even like an edited video of like the because I see podcasts do this a lot on their like social medias. They basically have like it's like a video of them talking. Obviously it would just be whatever. And it could be like a little animated video basically of us talking about the thing that we're talking about with like captions on it or whatever. And just be like the photo that the photo in question and the conversation, and be like, listen to the rest on Spotify, whatever.
I wonder how far we are away from AI doing animation for you.
It might already.
Does it? I've never seen it generate video, like ChatGPT specifically.
Oh, I've never tried.
I mean, I know there's like deep fake videos or whatever, but
yeah.
The photo generation is like creepily good if you're looking for like a portrait. Like I use it for D&D prep where I make character art. But if you're trying to generate anything that's like bigger scale, like you can't make a map with it or like a building because it just doesn't understand. If you try to describe what you want the building to look like, it just can't get it for some reason.
Interesting.
Which is like the opposite of what I would think. Like I would think it would just kind of be like buildings would be easier because they're not as...
They don't have fingers.
Yeah. Like, well, yeah. The fingers were the giveaway at the beginning, but I feel like it's fixed that now.
It's AI is getting horrifically sophisticated, and I think that's scary personally. But
it's scary, but it's also freaking cool.
It is kind of cool.
It's very cool. Like, I speak German. That's another fun fact about me. I learned it in school and all through college, and then I lived in Germany for a year. And my husband speaks Spanish. He's a Spanish teacher. That's why he doesn't want to be on the internet.
Because of those damn kids.
But he was telling me that the feature where you can talk to it and it talks back to you is now free.
Oh.
And like it used to be part of the paid version, and now
I didn't realize
free.
There was a paid version.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like it has more memory capacity or some crap. But it's in the free version now, and you can literally just turn on your microphone and have a chat with it. And
That's
it
crazy.
Talks like a real person, but you can talk to it in any language you want, basically. So, like, if you're learning Spanish, you can practice your Spanish by just talking to it, and you can tell it, I'm practicing Spanish. If I say something wrong, please correct me. I want to discuss this, or I want to tell you this story. And then you can stop halfway, like, partway through your story and ask it for a word that you don't know. Or whatever, and it has different voices. Like he was saying, he was talking to it, and it sounded like a customer service representative, and he was just like, "You sound too customer servicey. Sound more normal." And it changed the way it was talking.
That's wild. It's kind of scary. I like it's scary. It's cool. It's wild to me because I've never really used it. Just because, like, I think, you know, obviously we're living in a society. Like I think you told me recently about how paper was seen as like a threat to society. Yeah. And so, you know, like the same, obviously technology is advancing, and every advancement of technology feels scary.
Oh yeah.
I think my biggest qualm with AI and stuff is just the environmental like effects that it has. Like it's just like, obviously, from what I've read, it's horrible. But I think, you know, if you're going to use it wisely.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I feel like everything we do, every waking moment, we're destroying the environment.
Correct. Yeah.
So that part, while horrible, is not the part that hangs me up about it. It's That's more fair. The like copyright stuff and like stealing people's work without giving them credit.
Absolutely. And just like AI art and that whole thing. And it's definitely it's just a weird world that we live in. And I also think too, you know, maybe the listeners know, maybe they don't. I think I mentioned it to you, but there was a woman on TikTok because yes, I'm on TikTok.
She's on the more Gen Z side of the millennial Gen Z range.
Anyway, basically this woman who she like fell in love with her therapist. I went down a whole rabbit hole. I watched like all of her videos. It took like 3 hours. Her name is Kendra. I really hope. I haven't checked in a while. I deleted TikTok for a hot minute because I just needed to like step away from social media in general. Yes, touch some grass. And basically she fell in love with her, or not her therapist, her psychiatrist, and she was like using chat to, you know, kind of like justify her feelings, and like because it spits out what you input.
Yes, it's
like,
programmed to please you.
Yes, like it. I think she has some significant, and I'm not going to diagnose anyone from the, you know, from a distance because I'm not qualified to do so, and nobody really is to anyway. But it's clear that she definitely deals with some significant mental health concerns, and I think like it appears that she's experiencing psychosis with the AI because she was posting videos and doing live videos of her talking back and forth with the AI, and like she thinks that it's like a real person. Like,
yeah, and she's not the only one. I mean, there's lots of people. And there's lots of people who use it for things it shouldn't be used for, ranging from, you know, students getting it to do their homework, to like people getting it to do their jobs for that. Like, just all kinds of stuff.
Or like writing an email. It's like, girl, write the email.
I know.
You know,
and my coworkers use it to rewrite their emails so that like they write it and then they get it to rewrite it so that it doesn't sound too rude or whatever. And I'm just like, but shouldn't you know how to not be rude?
Right. Well, and I think that just like plays into a bigger problem in society where it's like, you know, like, what am I trying to say?
We get technology to do things for us. Yes. That we should know how. Like, I will fully admit, I don't know how to do math. I've never learned how to do math.
I'm so bad.
Because I just always had a calculator in my pocket. And like, my teachers in school would say, you'll not always have a calculator in your pocket. And it's like,
look at me now.
2004, my teacher could never have guessed where we would be at this moment.
I have a computer in my pocket.
Literally. So yeah, that's just like, it's just one example of like something that I fully admit I let technology do for me that I probably should know how to do on my own.
I know. I finally recently like learned how to add like a tip to the end of like, you know, because it's like you move the decimal point. Like if you're doing if you're doing 20%, which I typically always do, and you just move the decimal point, multiply it by 2.
To the left, to be
clear.
Yes,
to the left. And so it's like if your bill is $40, then you move it to the left, and it's $4 plus or times 2, and then becomes
so then it's
$8.
$48.
Yeah, $48 in total. So, anyways, there you go. Life hacks.
Education for the day.
How to add a tip to your bill.
Mm-hmm. Although nowadays some people, like some restaurants, will put it at the bottom.
It has it there for you.
They get the computer to calculate it for you, and then they just put it on there.
Which is so nice, honestly. That's always nice. But yeah, I don't know how to do math either. Like, I could ask Jake, what's this plus this? Like 2 really big random numbers. Yeah. And he could just like do it.
I know.
and I can't.
Completely foreign concept.
And that is so embarrassing. And like, I forget what it was. We were doing sometime, I can't remember. I think I needed to like subtract 2 numbers, or maybe I was multiplying. I don't remember what I was doing. But I felt like such an idiot because I was doing it wrong. And I was like, no, you carry the 1 or whatever. And Jake was like, no. and I just felt so stupid because I'm not a stupid person.
Oh, no.
But math was always my worst class in school.
Me too.
Like, math was the only class, and chemistry, which is all math.
I was going to say, and like, science when it converged into math.
Yes.
Like physics, literally, I'd go home every day and cry because of physics class.
I feel that.
Horrible.
And it's like, those were the only classes that I ever got anything less than a B in. Like, I was proud of myself when I came out with a C+ at the end.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
I got a D on my final and a D on my final project in physics. And I still passed. It was awful.
That's terrible.
The worst part is that the teacher was convinced I was a scientific genius and I just wouldn't apply myself. And so she would be like, if you just tried harder, then you'd be able to do it.
I am trying. Oh, gosh. Yeah. My chemistry teacher was actually really, really sweet. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. But I was always an English girly.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. The only one who knew how to make plurals properly.
Yeah.
And use apostrophes.
I was a grammar nerd. Grammar genius, grammar nerd. I love to write. I still love to write. Like poetry, short stories, all that. Like when I graduated high school, I originally was an English major for like creative writing and stuff, thinking that I wanted to like be an English teacher or write a book or whatever. And I still honestly have thought about doing those things, but I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I think my current job is, this, but they don't. I currently work with survivors of domestic violence. So that's kind of my, my occupation currently. But it's a very taxing job. It's a very heavy job and just can be overwhelming at times. And so I don't necessarily, and not to mention I work overnight, and that is wildly taxing. So,
and she's a mom during the day, which is also wildly taxing.
Yes, correct. So I have a lot of things that are wildly taxing on my plate.
Not to mention the state of the world.
Yeah, and actual taxes as well. Yes. So yeah, I definitely think I would like to do something different in the future, but for right now, this is where I'm at, and I love my job, and I love what I do, but I want to do other things. I've considered becoming a midwife, which very different. But it's something that I would love to do. So we'll see. And I would also like to write a book. So, maybe it'll happen someday.
Maybe you'll become a midwife and write a book about it.
Maybe I will. And I write music. I've recently been writing again, which is very exciting because I haven't written anything in a really long time. Like I have a whole folder on my notes app of like song ideas, but no like fully fleshed out ideas. And so the past like week or so, I've been kind of like coming back to old ideas and rewriting things and taking old songs that I had finished previously but wanted to like change up a bit and refresh. So it's been kind of cool, and I would like to make an album within the next year. I have enough songs to do so. It's just more of the funds and the time to go record it and all that stuff. My brother-in-law, shout out to Max, friend of the pod. He is a fantastic and very talented producer, audio engineer, musician, you name it. And I would really love to go out to where he is and fly there and record and make an album with him.
Got to finish writing all the songs first, though.
Yeah. So it's a work in progress, but I'm hoping sometime within the next year that can happen. And again, it's really expensive to make an album, so
Although nowadays I feel like maybe it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Because you can self-do it.
Yes,
like
you
can just put it on Spotify and see if it gets popular.
Well, right, exactly. I don't have to this will be very much like an indie situation. I don't have like a record label or anything. But yeah, I mean, I had released an EP on Spotify. I don't listen to it. It's not good. No, it's fine. I just think I was disappointed with the actual recordings, but I think I just didn't know what the heck I was doing.
Well, you can re-record them.
Well, so that's the
Pull
plan.
Taylor Swift.
So the plan is those songs will be on the album.
Okay.
And I will re-record them.
What is the difference between an EP and an album?
Okay. An EP is just shorter. So
what does EP mean? Stand for?
I don't know. I think I don't know. I'm
abridged production
because there's EP and then LP. An LP is an album, and an EP is like a short thing. And so like there's a single, which is one song, but also technically can be multiple. I don't really know. Can it? On Spotify, mine is listed as a single.
All right, listen. We have the power of the internet.
Yeah, we have the power of the internet. We can look it up. But yeah, so basically my EP is 3 songs. It's called Bad at Everything.
What does EP
I guess you can listen to it if you really want to. But I advise you to just wait until the album
Yeah, wait
is
until
out.
we re-release. I say we as if I'm going to be involved in this.
You can play the triangle.
I do a mean egg shaker.
There you go.
I did used to play instruments, so I'm like familiar with
played the oboe
idea of it.
Yeah.
But
maybe I can.
That was many lifetimes ago.
My clarinet playing was many lifetimes ago as well. I haven't busted that thing out in ages, but
EP commonly stands for, according to Google dictionary.com, it stands for extended play.
Okay. What does LP mean? I would think that is
I don't understand why extended play is shorter than a full album.
Yeah, right. Like, what
does LP? LP is long play.
Okay. Extended or long. All right, well.
I don't know.
Yeah. It can also stand for lumbar puncture in a medical setting.
Yeah, this was saying EP can also be shortening of episode.
Well, yes. Speaking of episode, what you watching?
Oh man, you want me to tell the whole story?
At least give us a summary. What's going on in the world of 911 right now?
Major spoilers are about to follow. So if you're invested in watching 911, skip a significant chunk of this episode.
Yes.
Well, the part that I'm most invested in is Buck and Eddie's friendship, which has,
and the feeling was friendship.
Has fluctuated much over the past 8 seasons. I realized when we were talking about this before, I said it was on season 7, but I had actually just started season 8. So I only have like 8 episodes left until it's done.
What are you going to do?
I know. I'm probably going to watch 911 Lone Star, to be honest with you. See if it's as good.
When does the next season come out?
It starts like October 9th.
Oh.
So,
all right.
But it's only 1 episode per week. So I would, it's like backed into old school times with like, waiting. And if there's a cliffhanger, if there's a 3-part cliffhanger there was at the beginning of
that's
the
hard.
season.
That's, yeah. Yep.
Anyway, so there was the whole thing I explained the other day to you about... Wow, how far back do we want to go here?
The burn victim, the guy, the captain, the wife.
Yes,
I mean,
burned down the house.
Yeah,
the Titanic. No, the Titanic, the cruise ship.
Might as well have been, honestly. How many bad things could happen to one person? Or just like 2 people, 3 people. I don't know how many characters there are. But I've never watched it.
The TLDR is that Buck is madly in love with his best friend Eddie.
Yes.
And through I think it takes 7 seasons of him.
Buddy. I don't really know.
Of Buck, like, presenting as a straight man.
Well, yeah. In the very first episode that I watched, he like slept with a person that they saved from like getting choked by her snake.
Yeah. He starts out as not a great person.
And then he got fired
Doesn't
in like the
treat
second
women
episode.
very well. Yeah, he got fired because he stole a fire truck to impress a woman with.
Go sleep with someone. Yeah.
But he really turns it around. He becomes very likable. And anyway, I want to go through all the details. But anyway, he eventually finally has his sexual awakening where he kisses a man and likes it. But the plot twist for all of us who have been following along is that he doesn't kiss his best friend Eddie. He kisses some random guy. So anyway, it was like a half what's it called?
Resolution.
Yes. And so then where we're at now is that the guy that he was dating broke up with him for dumb reasons, like dumb, you're eventually gonna break my heart, so I'm gonna be preemptive about it, stupid reasons. And Eddie has a kid who left to live with his parents in Texas, so the kid's grandparents, and it happened because the kid was really mad at him, and so like wanted to go live with his parents, and he's a teenager now. And so the last episode I watched is Eddie is looking for a house in Texas, and the show takes place in LA.
What?
So he's gonna leave to go be with his kid, which I guess,
I mean, that's
fine.
So valid. Yeah.
And Buck's reaction was so sweet. He's like, as someone who's invested in their relationship and completely fabricating evidence for it in my mind, I was like, he walks in, sees that he's looking at houses, and his reaction is, well, I'm going to help you do this because you're going to screw it up. None of these places are good. You need my help, obviously. Yeah. Like, you're having a virtual meeting with a real estate agent. Go put on a button down. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
And it was so cute. And then, like, they show a shot of once Eddie leaves the room, his face just getting so sad that his best friend is leaving.
That's really sad.
I know. He was, like, so supportive. And I was like, yay, but so tragic.
Yeah.
So I really hope that Christopher, the teenage son, gets his crap together and comes back home so that these two besties don't have to be separated.
Yeah, that is devastating. That is devastating. I think, yeah, that's always the worst when, like, there are two characters in a show that you're just like, now kiss, and they're just not listening. And it's so interesting to me too that the writers like took it in this direction where like making them so obviously like queer coded, but like, and then they're not. I mean, obviously Buck is like having these,
but it took so long, and I honestly feel like it was because people were like, 7. What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's like, why would you write these two characters who
there's an episode where Eddie gets shot and he like falls on the ground, and they're like making eye contact under the fire truck while the sniper is shooting around, and like it's this like pining eye contact. And then he's in the hospital,
yearning
while he's in the hospital, Buck is like freaking out, and then after he gets better, he reveals that he made Buck the legal guardian of his child in case he died.
You don't do that if you don't like love someone. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're not in a romantic relationship, you could do that because like your kid has to have someone. But yeah, I don't know. There was just so many. There was a part where Eddie fell down a hole, got struck by lightning, and buried in
you
mud.
Showed me that clip.
And Buck was like trying to dig him out with his hands, like,
and he's
use
like
your
screaming,
brain, man. Get a shovel.
You can't use your brain when there's love.
Yeah, and it's funny because there were a few relationships on this show, especially early on, that had no chemistry whatsoever.
Right.
And they just like tried to force the romance, and I was
But
just
then
like,
there's two characters who have chemistry and they're just like not doing anything about it. Yeah. That's devastating. Yeah, I'm not watching a TV show at the moment. I am an avid rewatcher. So
yeah, we're opposites in that way.
I've watched Schitt's Creek about 18 times all the way. I think I have every episode memorized. And New Girl I've also watched so many times. I like to see a group of friends vibing and hanging out and character development and all that good stuff. Because I don't know. I think as a kid, I just never had like a best friend.
Yeah.
And like I always had a lot of people, like, or maybe not a lot, but like I always had friends. But I never had like, it never looked the way I wanted it to.
Right. Well, your family was really poor and all of your friends were like ridiculously wealthy.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, we very much lived under the poverty line, for the guidelines, you know, based on our family size, because there were so many of us, and like, you know, had like food assistance and were on Medicaid and all those things, all the things that Trump supporters demonized, yet we I don't know. Cognitive dissonance. But whatever. Neither here nor there, folks. I think that, you know, as a kid, I just kind of felt a little bit like an outcast just for that reason. I was also homeschooled for a good couple of years throughout school. And so, like, my only friends were, like, church people. And then also when you grow up evangelical, you're kind of taught that, like, ooh, the world. Like,
oh, yeah.
The world.
Everyone else is evil.
Yeah, everyone is evil and, like, out to get you. And, like, any friend that isn't a Christian is just there to like tempt you. Like they're gonna offer you drugs.
Well, the drug narrative was definitely alive and well because I had Dare. I don't know if you still have Dare still.
Yeah, we had Dare.
But I feel like my parents were less they're evil and they're out to tempt you, and more like
their ministry.
They're like you have to be a witness to them.
I definitely like, got that too. Yeah,
which is fine. Like, yeah, sure, but also they are a person who can have their own opinions about things.
Right, like they're a human being who anyway.
It was more just like you have to be on guard and be careful.
Yes,
and not that they're like maliciously going to be corrupting
to you. Be fair, that's kind of how, I mean, no, that's not how you should view everyone, but like, you know, proceed with caution when you're like hanging out with a person, because you have no idea what they're gonna be like, and you know, don't show all your cards all at once. And I say that as a chronic oversharer because it's like I could meet someone in, you know, the bathroom at a, not that I go to bars really, but if I were to go to a bar,
in a hypothetical world where Daytona visits bars.
I have been to a bar before and I do like a drink
once.
Yeah. But like I feel the need. It's not that I feel the need to overshare. It's more of just I meet someone and if I get a good vibe, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to be my true authentic self and just, you know, talk about what makes me me. And if they don't like that, then we're never going to hang out again. And if they do like that, then they'll stick around.
Yeah.
You know? And I think it's also important, like, I don't know. People don't talk about things. And it's like, we need to talk. Like, it's so important to just...
Girls gotta yap.
Like, get your crispy Coke, get your chips and guac. Like, we're all just girls. Like, and, you know, do it. And I think if you're, you know, having a hard time making friends, or, you know, just because it's so hard to do as an adult, oh my gosh.
The worst.
I think that... you know, just put yourself out there, as hard as that is to do. But, you know, talk about your childhood trauma. Like,
yeah, literally.
Trauma bond.
We were in a book club with one other of our friends. There was only 3 of us in the book club.
Yes.
And I completely forgot that Daytona and this other friend, who will probably be guests on the podcast at some point.
Yes.
I completely forgot that they like barely knew each other, had met like once in the past.
And we picked a very heavy book.
The book we read was a memoir about escaping fundamentalist patriarchal violence.
Yeah. Yes. It was called The Well-Trained Wife.
Yeah, by T. Loving.
Yeah.
Good book.
It was a very good book.
But then it turned out that the 2 of them actually like bonded over it because they identified with some of her experiences.
Yes.
So that was interesting, but it was just very jarring the first time I noticed, like, oh yeah, you guys don't know each other welcome to book club.
Yeah.
We talked about childhood trauma for like many hours.
Yes.
And that was like the first time you guys had ever hung out together.
I mean, honestly, I think no matter who you are, and even if your parents were like, I don't know, saints, like I think we all experience lowercase t traumas throughout our life, and that's just the reality of, I mean, if you've never gone through a hard thing, awesome, very happy for you.
There's actually a quote that I like that's, I forget who it was by. Let me see if I can find it. It's basically like, there's no such thing as an untraumatized person because of the world we live in. Like just everyone that you've met has been through something.
Yeah.
Whether it be more minor, more major,
right.
like whatever. You
can't avoid it. And it's like, you know, I think especially if you are a woman or a minority or, you know, no matter what that kind of minority is, if you're anything but a cisgender heterosexual white man,
but even then people can be terrible to you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like we're not, no one is immune to it. I guess I just mean to say that like we've all been, if you're in any of those categories, you've likely experienced like a victimization based on that identity.
Oh, yeah. So this quote is by a man. I am assuming he's a white man, but I don't actually know. Robert Anton Wilson.
That does sound white.
Under the present brutal and primitive conditions on this planet, every person you meet should be regarded as one of the walking wounded. We have never seen a man or woman not slightly deranged by either anxiety or grief. We have never seen a totally sane human being.
That's good.
Which is like crazy.
It's true. I mean, I think, yeah, whoever you are, all walks of life, I think we all have our things that we experience and that we go through. And, you know, again, whether it's a car crash or, you know, even a tiny one that's still like traumatic, you know, or
I had a fender bender one time in the parking lot. I was literally going 0.5 miles per hour, and partially because I was driving my in-laws' car, which adds a whole other thing. But it was like, it was barely scratched. Yeah. And I still cried after. Because it was just like, your heart starts racing. And then you have to deal with insurance and talk to a stranger. And you're late for work. Oh, it was the worst.
Traumatized. Yeah, no, for real. I mean, I cry even if I get in like a near accident. Like if I'm on the highway and somebody is just being a dummy and they almost hit me or they whatever, like I will turn my music off, turn down the air conditioning, and just sit in silence and cry for a moment, and then just drive really slowly for the next like 5 miles.
So Robert Anton Wilson is a white man. He was an American futurist, writer, psychologist, and self-described as an agnostic mystic.
Okay.
But he died in 2007, so that quote was not even talking about what's happening now.
Wow. If they thought people were traumatized in 2007, my. Honey, you got a big story. Yeah. I think...
Yeah, I mean, it goes along with one of my favorite quotes, which it's not a quote, it's just a saying. Assume ignorance, not malice. Maybe that's what I'll put on my flower frame.
There you go.
Because it's just like, if you go around your life assuming that, like, if you don't have evidence that it's actually malice, you just always assume it's ignorance, you're going to be so much happier and you're going to be upset with people so much less.
Right.
And, like, you know, not jump to conclusions as easily.
Yes. Like, and just think, like, okay, if someone is genuinely, like, upset at me or out to get me or whatever, and they're choosing not to tell me, that's their problem, not mine.
Yep.
You know? And, yeah, it's just easier said than done, obviously.
Especially for the chronic overthinkers amongst us.
Yes, amongst us, as in myself. Yeah. Yes. If you're prone to anxiety or just overthinking and worrying, it can be really hard to just like not think like, oh my gosh, oh no, in the words of my child. Oh no. Good job running.
Good job running.
Yes. There are many isms from this child that are just great.
Yeah.
I want to be her when I grow up. I want to be that carefree and just like happy to be there and congratulate myself. She claps for herself. Like if she like does a twirl or like sings a song or builds a tower with blocks, she just claps and is like, yay.
Well, because that's what you would do.
Exactly. And I'm like, we need to do that to ourselves more. Applaud yourself.
Oh yeah.
Cherish the things that you do and create.
Yeah, when I finish this embroidery project, I'm definitely going to clap for myself.
As you should.
Do a twirl.
Yes. Yes, as you should. As you should. It's hard. Crafts are hard. They're so fun, but they're hard.
My posture, it turns me into a permanent shrimp when I'm working on a craft project.
Yes, same. Honestly, even when I'm writing songs too, because I'm like hunched over a guitar and like hunched over my paper, and so like when I stand up, I'm just like,
yeah,
like,
yeah, weird millennial / Gen Z, but we have the joints and body of boomers for sure.
Yes, it's true. Chronic pain girlies, where you at?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's so
and
real.
undiagnosed at that.
Yeah, correct. Like, because who can afford healthcare?
If we ever get listeners in like Australia, they're gonna be like,
what do you mean?
I'm so sorry for you.
I know. Yeah. Can we move in?
Seriously.
I need to get a passport.
Me too.
My passport has my maiden name on it. And
yeah,
so
well, mine's like long expired.
Well, yeah, I mean mine would have been expired too, but even if it wasn't expired, it has my maiden name
back
on it,
when there was all the like news about how terrible the SAVE Act was, I literally printed the papers and started filling them out, and then I realized that you need a DMV appointment.
Oh.
Like you can't just show up and get like you have to make an appointment.
Right.
So that sort of put the brakes on my momentum, and I just never got around to it.
But yeah, no, the SAVE Act, that's kind of scary. I know, because I think, do you have to so I still live in the same town, even though we moved recently, which I want to talk about that. I have a thing to share. I've been holding on to this for forever. Ever since we talked about recording this episode, I'm like, okay, I have to talk about this. It's probably not even going to be that funny anymore, but I still think you'll laugh. Anyways, I was reading about it, and I was wondering, do I have to re-register to vote because I have a different address?
No, it's only if you change the town you
live in.
Because
I'm like, I still live in the same town.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Okay. Because, yeah, I was worried about that because I was like, ugh, am I going to have to, like, bring 8 different documents with me when I try to register to vote in the upcoming possible election? We'll see.
Can't even say it.
I know.
Yeah, no, it's only if you change towns. But, like, if we buy a house, it's probably going to technically be in a different town, even if it's really close by.
Right.
So, yeah. Right. I was just trying to get ahead of it because I feel like once it's election season, it's going to be chaos. Like,
oh, absolutely.
Like, the passport backup is going to be super
It's going to be crazy. I know. I'm like, I need to get on it now, to be honest with you. Not that I could ever afford to go anywhere, but
well,
I could try.
Now a friend of ours is moving to Spain. She leaves tomorrow, actually.
Yeah,
and we want to visit her next summer.
True.
So
yeah,
like,
you got to get on that.
Yeah.
I definitely. It's just, I feel like it'll be good to have, and obviously I say this with, I mean, I don't know what's gonna be in the coming years, but like, I don't know if it gets really bad, like, will other countries like start taking American refugees?
Oh, they're already doing it.
Are they really?
Yeah, there are whole people who have social media accounts, like, and their whole platform is showing how they help Americans resettle into European countries.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
What? Wow.
I know.
That's wild. I'll have to look that up later. We can be like, how do I become adopted in this way? But yeah, we moved. And when you move, you have a lot of crap that you have to go through.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I think as human beings, we just collect stuff. We're like dragons,
like,
right?
What if we need this someday? Or like, as soon as I get rid of this, I know I'm gonna wish I had it.
Exactly.
Which has happened to me maybe once in my life, but I think it every time.
Right. So we were going through our kitchen cabinet and we found chia seeds from guess the year.
Well, you just moved in 2023.
I wish it was that recent. Try going back 10 years from that.
What?
2013. I don't even know how this happened. Okay, no,
okay,
I
wait.
do.
That means that it's been through like 6 moves.
I know. Okay. So I can't remember the exact time we got them, but I remember who we got them from.
Okay.
We got them from
before
they moved back. And so
was it like, we're moving back to the Southwest, we don't want to take this food, here you go?
Yes. And so, which means they had been holding on to it for like 7 years too, because they moved here in 2014 and then they moved back in 2021, and so they took it with them. And so we had it, and then we took it with us when we moved cross country.
Yeah.
And then when we moved back and
Jeez,
then moved in like 3 different apartments, and I was just like, what? Like, Jake and I were literally laughing hysterically. Like, we couldn't stop laughing. We were crying because we could not believe how we still had chia seeds that clearly we don't use them.
That's very
I think
funny.
it was like, we're going to keep these for when we try to be healthy.
But then also it's like, I would imagine that it's like, your fridge food, you have to eat it or throw out.
Right, exactly.
But if it's cabinet food, you're like, these keep forever.
Exactly. They just get lost into the abyss, and so you just like take everything. And so this time we really went through stuff, and I'm glad we did, because we said goodbye to the I'm like, we should have like framed one. Like
one single chia seed in a frame.
Just get one of those like little mini frames and be like, the chia seed.
Oh man, that's funny. I thought you were gonna say that you opened your cabinet and found like sprouted chia seeds growing inside.
No, just very, very old and disgusting. But I think chia seeds aren't good anyway. Sorry if you like chia seeds. Don't mean to offend. I just I don't like them, Sam. I am, because I think they're just, when you mix them with water, they get really goopy.
Yeah, I don't like them either.
It's yucky.
I use them when I make no bake peanut butter protein balls, because they're a really good source of fiber.
They are.
I struggle with getting fiber.
Everyone get your fiber in, because the main cancer that occurs, like the main cancer related deaths in our age group is colon cancer.
Yeah.
So eat your beans.
Yeah. Also, you will get squishy poops if you don't have enough fiber.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a good source of fiber. So I put it in my peanut butter balls. But that's the only thing I eat them in, because otherwise, like, if there's too much liquid, there's like almost no liquid in the peanut butter balls except the actual peanut butter.
Yeah.
But if there's too much liquid, they turn into like a gloopy glob mess. It's disgusting. It makes me want to vomit.
Yeah.
People who put them in like yogurt, like overnight yogurt,
oats, and they're just like gloopy.
This is pre-digested baby vomit.
Yeah,
like,
it's really yucky.
Really disgusting.
And I am very familiar with baby vomit, and it's pretty accurate. It's actually kind of worse, I think. But anyway, peanut butter balls. Speaking of that. That is a recipe that we should,
what's for dinner?
Yeah, exactly. Even though it's not really a dinner food. But in general, one of our kind of like segments that we want to do is just talking about, we both really like to bake and cook and all those things, and
go to restaurants
and share recipes and all that stuff, and so we'll probably have a segment where we share recipes, and we're also considering making a Patreon, and so if y'all think that that's something you might want to subscribe to, let us know. Because yeah, I think on the Patreon it will be stuff like, you know, just extra content, but specifically definitely like the recipes and stuff that we talk about, and just kind of, you know, a little community of friends. And I think that'll be really fun. Anyway, I think that probably sums up first episode. We did it. We did it. Yay.
If there's anything you want to know about us, we may or may not tell you, but you can ask.
You can ask. You can certainly ask. Yeah, I guess we can talk about this. You know, in terms of like our lives and like privacy and all of that, I guess because I'm a musician, I've already kind of decided that like I am fine with being a public presence, if that ever even happens. But if this takes off and if my music takes off or whatever, vice versa, you know, I acknowledge that I probably will be in the public eye, and I don't want my children to be, but I'm perfectly fine being like a public figure, if you will. But I know you feel differently.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't really have an online presence, and I'd like to keep it that way while still participating in this fun time with you. So we're going.
Well, thanks for joining me.
We're going
on this little ride.
We're doing first name only, and keeping the details about like where we live and stuff kind of vague.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'll definitely keep the details about where I live vague. I mean, we live in the same place, but yes. Yeah. I'm not going to say. So yeah, exactly. So yeah, thanks for listening, and you can find us on Instagram at YappinessPod. And also I'm planning on posting this to YouTube and Spotify and the podcasts app, like the Apple Podcast app, and just wherever you get podcasts, really. And yeah, I think we're good. So, see ya.
Yappers out.